Let's go, j'ai capté. C'est le gyroscope.
Part 1.
Ah.
White clouds. Great tree moon.
Nous sommes là
3
pour t'aider.
houses.
C'est pour ça que je stream le jeu. Ok.
The icy winds of the Agma Mountains have begun to scatter, and the verdant fields once again spring to life across Fodlan, heralding the start of a new year. As they celebrate the dawning year, the people pray that they may realize their full potential, just as a tiny sprout hopes to one day grow into a great tree.
J'ai rien compris. J'ai rien capté.
The continent of Fodlan, said to be protected by a revered goddess, has existed since time immemorial. 3 ruling powers now control the
TLDR,
land.
c'est le printemps. Ok, merci.
In the south lies a region long held by a more than 1,000-year-old dynasty, the Adrestian Empire. Beyond its borders, to the frigid north, is the home of the Holy Kingdom of Fargus, ruled by the royal family and its knights. To the east, a league of nobles that heeds no king nor emperor rules what is called the Leicester Alliance. Once consumed by a tempest of war and turmoil, Fodlan and these 3 mighty powers now exist in relative harmony.
Il est grand l'Empire. Oh mon animé. Ah non, c'est même pas de l'animé. C'est de la 3D.
This will be your first time at the monastery. I'd be happy to show you around.
It really is Fodlan in a nutshell. The good and the bad.
Like it or not, we'll be there soon enough.
Ça manque de din, c'est vrai. J'aurais bien aimé une petite VF là. Din. Alors apparemment tout le monde me dit que c'est de la merde le monastère.
Garrick Mock Monastery.
J'aime bien, il a un petit flow. Ah ouais, celle-là, ouais. Ouais, genre là, ouais, je la connais. Je trouve ces trucs autour des yeux dégueulasses. Et je ne développerai pas plus mon avis. Voilà.
Ray is here.
Elle aussi j'aime bien. Et je ne développerai pas plus mon avis. Oh, il a vraiment l'air d'avoir envie de se tailler les veines par
Did the
contre.
flow of time bring you here?
Cours, mon gars, cours. C'est marrant.
It's been years since I've last set eyes on this place. To be forced to see her
pourquoi
now.
Mais c'est du... Mais il était très vite tout le temps, mais c'est du lore, donc ok. Ouais, bon alors, c'est quoi le souci avec Rhea? Qu'est-ce qui se passe?
You saw her in the courtyard earlier, didn't you?
L'archevêque.
The Archbishop, Lady Rhea.
Qu'est-ce qui se passe?
As you know, the majority of folks in Fodlan are devout followers of the teachings of Seros.
Donc c'est du
The
passé.
leader of that ridiculously large religious organization is the Archbishop, Lady Rhea.
Et du coup...
Thank you for your patience, Gerald. My name is Setik. I am an advisor to the Archbishop.
Right, hello.
Pourquoi elle rougit déjà?
It has been a long time, Gerald. I wonder, was it the will of the goddess that we have another chance meeting like this?
Forgive my silence all these years. Much has happened since we last spoke.
So I see. The miracle of fatherhood has blessed you. That is your child, is it not?
Yes. Born many years after I left this place. I wish I could introduce you to the mother of
On
my
n'a pas de
child,
moment.
but I'm afraid we lost her to illness.
I see. My condolences. As for you, I heard of your valiant efforts from Alois. What is your name?
J'aurais trop aimé qu'ils disent Kiryu-chan.
A fine name indeed.
Ah, bon, ils l'ont pas dit, donc dans tous les cas, il a pas dit
From
je
the
m'appelle
bottom
Kiryu-chan.
of my heart, I thank you for saving those students of the Officers' Academy.
Imagine, il se rappelait genre Théo.
Gerald, you already know what it is I wish
Quentin.
to say, do you not?
You want me to rejoin the Knights of Seros, don't you? I won't say no, but
Your apprehension stings. I had expected that Alois would have already asked
Timothée.
this of you. I must step away for now,
Julien.
but I expect they will desire a word with you soon. Please listen carefully
Arnaud.
to what they have to say. Until tomorrow, farewell.
Je m'appelle Roger.
I can't believe it. Forced back into the Knights of Seros. I'm sorry I dragged you into this. Looks like I'll be stuck here for a while. And I'm afraid your services are requested as well.
Il a quel âge, Billette? 21 ans. J'ai le même âge que Billette.
Nothing like
Ah
that.
bon, et après,
They want you to
il y a
teach,
ça, il y a les
by the
deux.
sound
voilà.
of it. You heard those brats earlier talking about the Officers' Academy, right? Well, the Academy just happens to be short a professor. And apparently that damned Alois went and recommended you to Lady Rhea.
Il a 21 ans, j'ai son âge.
So,
21,
you
ok.
must be the new professor. My, how stern and handsome you are.
Ténébreux.
No, I'm not the one you're looking for. You can handle things from here. Good luck.
Ah, il est edgy, hein.
And watch out for Lady Rhea.
Comment ça?
I don't know what she's thinking making you a professor like this. She may be up to something.
Ah,
Stay on
désolé,
your
là
guard.
je simp, hein. Là je suis désolé, pas de
It's
rien,
you
mais...
then? So young.
Competence and age are not necessarily correlated. As you well know,
Hanneman.
I am Hanneman, a
Hanneman,
Crest
Hanneman,
scholar
Hanneman.
and professor at the Officers' Academy. I wonder if you bear a crest of your own.
Ouais,
When
celui
next
du
you
feu,
have
je
a
crois.
moment to
Mais je suis pas
spare,
sûr.
I insist that you pay me a visit so we can delve into the subject further.
I'm Manuela. I'm a professor,
Manuela.
a physician, a songstress,
Chanteuse.
and available. It's nice to meet you.
Comment ça, unavailable? Elle a dit available, hein? Elle est... Non, on est d'accord, hein? Si je suis pas devenu une quiche en anglais, elle a dit qu'elle est libre, hein? On est d'accord? Ok. 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 Je comprends.
Of course. Before I came here, I belonged to a renowned opera company.
Et puis qui, bah, avec un nom
Perhaps you've
pareil,
heard
doit
of
avoir...
me? The Middle Frank Opera Company is beautiful, peerless.
Spare our colleague the needless chatter, Manuela. Now then, it seems you'll be taking charge of one of the Academy's 3 houses. I expect you haven't yet been briefed on the nature of each, have you?
Do you really not know? Fine. I'll do you a favor and explain.
Bah, tu lis pas?
The
Bon.
Officers' Academy is comprised of 3 houses of
Oh.
students, each of which is closely affiliated with its region of origin. The Black Eagle House is for students from the Adrestian Empire. Their house leader this year is Edelgard, the Imperial Princess, who is in line to be the next emperor.
The Blue Lion House is for students from the Holy Kingdom of Fargus. Their house leader this year is Prince Dimitri. He is to be the next king of Fargus.
Lastly, there is the Golden Deer House, which is for
Lui,
students
son
of the Leicester
troubadour.
Alliance.
Il va faire le cirque.
Their house leader is Claude, grandson to Duke
C'est pas ça.
Regan, the
Genre,
leader
tu vois, il y
of
a
the Alliance.
un empire, un royaume.
The next emperor, king, and sovereign duke are all here. It certainly is a promising year for the Academy.
I'll say. I just hope none of those little treasures cause any trouble.
Quite. For now, I suggest taking a stroll around the academy to get
L'intendant du cirque du soleil. J'ai que ça part mal de clowns. Je suis désolé, mais on dirait que...
Oh, and keep in
On dirait que
mind
c'est
that I've
un
only
peu le
notified the
faisant
house
du groupe,
leaders that
quoi.
you're our new professor. It's more fun that way. I suggest you try spending time with the students.
Ok, les
Some
élèves.
odd ducks in that
On boit un
bunch,
coup d'eau.
but they're good kids. I'm sure Lady Rhea will have
Moi, je
more
vois la
information
raciste
for you
en premier.
tomorrow. That should get you going. Good luck. You'll need it.
Je sais, il y en a une, elle est raciste. Ah, attends.
Appointing a stranger, a child no less, as a professor
Il a
at
l'air
our
trop
esteemed
chiant, lui.
academy is
I have made my decision, Sedith. I know worrying comes naturally to you, but there is truly no need. That stranger is Gerald's flesh and blood, after all.
I can't say that's all too comforting. How trustworthy is this Geralt character?
Il y a
Is he not
21
the
ans,
man
c'est
who
ça.
went missing after the Great Fire 21 years ago?
Non, mais il a l'air
I would remind you
insupportable,
that
lui.
Flame is now here with us as well. I beg of you, please consider whether this is an unnecessary risk.
Sedith, they have my trust. Let that be enough for you as well. More importantly, I have received a report from Shamir. I am increasingly concerned about a matter regarding our suspicious individual. We cannot ignore those who harbor ill will toward the church,
Bon,
especially if they are frequenting Garrick Mach.
Yes, that matter is
je
of
vais
great
essayer de
importance
passer,
as well.
mais ça va être
I
compliqué,
shall
les gars. Moi, je
continue my
vous...
investigation.
Voilà, je vous
Rhea,
préviens.
for now, I will have faith that you are placing your trust with the utmost care. I pray that nothing occurs to shake that confidence.
Très bien. Juste prudent, il va me casser les couilles surtout, on verra. Il est peut-être sympa, hein, mais au début... Ah, il court! Regardez-le, il court! Oui! Mon animé préféré, let's go! Oh, il a l'air de bien se faire chier. Oh, il y a plein de monde. Lui, j'aime pas sa gueule. Lui non plus. Elle, bon. Voilà. Ok, lui je pense que ça va. Ah ok, elle a des serres, ça peut être sympa. Ok, alors. Oh, il y a... Bon, lui, non, je lui parle pas. Lui non plus. C'est un mec ou une meuf? Non, non. Pour toi. Alors, ah, si, c'est bon, je la connais. C'est la seule que je connais. Ce sont deux enfants. C'est elle. Ça va. Oh. Eh, mais attends, mais ils ont du flow. Bon, ça va, let's go. Parfait. C'est bon. Les mecs qui ont plus de flow, c'est chez les bleus. Let's go, putain. Let's go. Let's go. Ça y est, je pop off. Ah. Oh. Excusez-moi, j'ai regardé en bas. Non, c'est pas gentil de me faire ça comme ça. T'as dit que tu parles pas à Ferdinand, je ne parlerai pas à Ferdinand. Attends, je suis désolé, t'es ma sa gueule. Quel dommage.
So, you've accepted a teaching position here. Pity. I was hoping you would lend your strength to the Empire. I never properly introduced myself, did I? My name is Edelgard von Hresvelg. I am the princess and heir apparent of the Adrestian Empire. I wonder if you'll be tasked with leading the Black Eagles. I hope you've had a chance to meet everyone. Would you like to know more about
D'accord,
any of the
ok.
Black
Donc c'est là que tu fais faire ton choix du coup. Là c'est juste des infos, on est d'accord. Mon choix il est après. Genre là c'est juste des infos. Ouais bon un auteur, toi de toute façon, toi c'est pas un blanc, toi. Hein. Oui c'est des infos. Ouais. Ah des infos sur tout le monde, c'est parti. Ah c'est parti, allez, on y va.
Me? Well, some think I'm a bit distant, arrogant even, but there's little to be done. One day I must rise to become Adrestia's next emperor. What else? Well, it seems to me that we may have similar personalities.
Non, tu mens. La vie que t'es en train de me mentir, là.
Hubert is the heir of Marquis Vestra. He has served me since I was a child. You may think his blood runs a bit cold, but actually that's rather accurate. Still, if you can get past that, you'll see he's quite astute and reasonable.
Ferdinand Voine, mes couilles, là, il y a un compte Twitter, il dit tous les jours la même chose.
For some reason, he thinks of me as a bitter rival and is always trying to challenge me. It's terribly irritating. His house is that of Duke Ire, which produces Adrestia's prime ministers. That family is, perhaps, too pleased with its own status.
Non, hein, fais voir. Il a l'air trop con. Ferdinand von Aegir, je sais pas. Il a l'air trop con, j'aime pas. De gueule. Alors toi?
He's remarkably intelligent, but he only wishes to apply himself to tasks that particularly interest him, and nothing else. He's also fond of, well, napping. If he had any work ethic or sense of duty to speak of, I suppose he would be destined to become an official of the Empire.
Il dort. Alors lui, par contre, c'est le mec le plus moche que j'ai jamais vu de ma
He's
vie.
the second son of Count Burgleys. He has no inheritance in his future, which is perhaps why he's always so eager to prove himself.
Il est trop laid.
He's overly energetic and rushes headfirst into any battle. If he ends up in your care, be sure to keep a close eye on him.
Oh mais vous le voyez pas de Marron, hein. Je vous préviens d'avance, hein. C'est lui. Regardez-le bien. Il faut peut-être. Regardez-le bien. Vous ne le verrez plus jamais en dehors de cinématique ou en croise comme ça.
She's Count Varley's only daughter. I suppose you could say she's a bit eccentric, but she seems like a gentle soul. I believe she shut herself away in her quarters and doesn't care to leave, but don't worry, I'll make sure she finds her way to class.
Alors, toi, tu es populaire, c'est normal,
Few
t'es...
commoners have joined the Black Eagle House, but Dorothea
Oh,
is an exception.
c'est une pécore en
She's a
plus.
songstress from a famous opera company in the Empire. I'm not entirely sure what brought her to the Officers' Academy.
Bon, elle a quelque chose de tarot, c'est vrai. Putain, c'est vrai en plus, attendez. Bien sûr, mais voilà. Alors par contre, elle, j'aime pas son
To the
machin.
west of Fodlan
trouve
is an
même que ça coupe,
archipelago
j'aime pas.
called Bridget.
Bizarre.
Petra is the granddaughter of their king. Bridget is a vassal state of the Empire, which is how she came to be enrolled here. She's incredibly smart and studious.
Ouais. Un des arguments, ouais, mais bon. Y a pas que ça qui compte. Bon, très bien. Oh, c'est lui. C'est lui. C'est lui. Je crois que c'est lui.
Greetings! You must be the new professor.
C'est pas lui, c'est lui, on est d'accord,
As for
hein.
me, my job is to stand here at this glorious entrance and leisurely watch over the comings and goings of everyone. Make folks smile, you know? And by that, I mean to vigilantly guard this entrance with my very life. No levity whatsoever. As of now, nothing to report.
Ok. Ah oui, d'accord, il me présente la salle, oui, d'accord, ok. Il y a des chats. Tout pipou. Des petits chats. Dégueulasse.
You must be the renowned mercenary who rescued Claude. Honestly, you should not have troubled yourself over the likes of him. My name is Lawrence Hellman Gloucester. You will want to remember it.
Toi, t'es moche. Toi, attends. Toi, là.
Are you someone's guest? The dining
Ça a
hall's
l'air...
that way.
Il a l'air d'être un
That's
bon
what
gars.
you're looking for.
No, Raphael. That's Captain Gerald's kid. Hi, I'm Leonie Pinelli, Captain Gerald's first and greatest apprentice. I'm sure he's told you about me.
Nice to meet you. I'm Raphael Kirsten. Who are you again?
Ok. Alors, par contre, en vrai de vrai, chipipou. Hein. Alors, ah non, toi t'avais des cernes de ah.
Are you that mercenary?
Ah bon,
Everyone's been talking about you.
elle est populaire.
I'm Hilda Valentine Goneril, and her name is... Marianne Van Edmund. Are you joining the Knights of Saros or something?
Elle me flingue
Well,
déjà.
I look forward to seeing more of you.
Elle me flingue déjà, c'est bon signe.
So you're the skilled mercenary who saved Claude, are you?
Pourquoi tu fais
Oh,
1m10?
you are?
Oh, t'es dégueulasse.
It's such an honor to meet you. Ignatz Victor. My parents are Alliance merchants.
And I am Lysithia von Ordelia.
Please do not forget it.
Apparemment, elle est full fumée, elle.
Well, well, scored a teaching gig here, did you? Talk about a great first impression.
Parce qu'elle a 12 ans et
I guess
demi.
that means I'd better introduce myself properly. I'm Claude von Regan. I'm from the ruling house of the Leicester Alliance, but don't worry too much about all that madness. I'm guessing you don't know which class you'll be teaching yet, do you? I bet you'd like ours. We're not as difficult as the other two. Have you met the folks from the Golden Deer House yet? Care to know more about anyone? Piqued your interest, have I? As luck would have it, I'm pretty curious about you as well. But what's life without a bit of mystery? Let's just spend the next year or so learning about each other little by little.
Pour l'instant, personality-wise, je préfère Claude. Mais, design-wise, moi j'aime bien les cachots, désolé. Tac.
He's the heir of Gloucester territory. If you haven't already picked up on it, he's a bit arrogant and fancies himself a ladies' man. That said, deep down he's really devoted and honest. Though I wouldn't mind never hearing him talk about his noble obligations ever again.
Ça marche. Lui par contre il a l'air trop sympa genre.
Family, but his parents died in an accident. Seems like he's had a rough life. Despite all that, he's just about the most cheerful guy you'll ever meet. His passions are training, eating, and actually that's about it.
Les mecs optimistes, moi je les aime bien.
He's the second son of a merchant family. Since his brother will inherit the business, he's training to become a knight.
Eh, si j'ai jamais vu ta gueule, c'est qu'il y a une raison, c'est que tout le monde s'en fout de toi, genre.
He's probably just doing it to please his parents.
Je n'ai jamais vu sa gueule. Hein.
Lysithea is the daughter of Count Ordelia, and is probably the youngest student here. But watch out, she gets angry if you treat
Les
her
fans de
like a
Léonie, c'est des gens
child.
bizarres.
As for me,
Elle est
I do it on
bizarre.
purpose. You have to make your own fun in this place, you know?
Alors par contre elle.
Marianne is Margrave Edmund's daughter, and that's pretty much all I know about her.
Elle veut se tailler
She
les
doesn't
veines,
interact
ça me
much with other
flingue.
students, so I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of folks here have never even heard her speak.
Ça fait voir. Je vais pas la juger.
Hilda is the only daughter of Duke Goneril.
Oh, elle fait
It
peur.
seems her father and brother coddle her quite a bit. If you look up lazy in the dictionary, her picture won't be there because she never got around to submitting it. Not too unusual for a noble, I guess.
Attends, je vais faire un close-up juste. Ok, non, d'accord. C'est juste de loin, on dirait qu'elle a des trop gros yeux. Je vais pas la juger.
Leonie enrolled because she wants to be a mercenary. I think she said that her father is a hunter. She's pretty blunt and as stingy as they come. A habitual saver too.
Je sais pas, là comme ça, elle a l'air sympa. Elle est là. Heureusement, petit chat. Je me suis foiré. Un chat. Oui, dégueulasse. Mais c'est un petit chat. J'adore les chats. Alors lui, j'aime bien son flow. Sylvain. J'aime bien son flow.
I'm Sylvain Jose Gautier. Feel free to say hi
Gautier.
whenever you like.
Ah, lui, j'aime bien.
Hi there. You must be the one everyone's talking about. I'm Ash. Great to meet you. This here is Dedu. He serves Prince Dimitri.
I have heard that you rescued His Highness. Words cannot express my
Perso, ces
gratitude.
billettes là, ouais.
Should you ever require my strength, please know that I will hasten to repay this debt.
I have heard all about what you did for Prince Dimitri. As a citizen of Fargus, I thank you.
He also said you're quite skilled. And he doesn't just say things like that. I look
Même
forward
lui,
to
il a du
sparring
flow.
with you and beating you.
Felix, must you always speak of fighting right away? Oh, and, you may call me Ingrid. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
D'accord.
And who's this?
Alors ça, c'est la meuf d'Eldritton, ça. Enfin, la meuf.
Do you work here at the monastery?
Oh,
Vous
Mercy.
avez compris quoi.
Do you think this is that mercenary people have been talking about?
On dirait elle a 12 ans aussi.
That does sound like something Dimitri may have said. I suppose you'll be enrolling at the Officers' Academy too, then? Well,
Elle est
it's a
full
pleasure
gay.
to meet
Ah
you.
ouais?
My name is Mercedes, and this is my best friend.
I'm Annette. It's nice to meet you.
Accept my apologies for the other day. You came to our aid, yet I hadn't even the courtesy to properly introduce myself. I am Dimitri
C'est ça,
Alexander Blake,
ouais, c'est ça, c'est ça.
Crown
Ouais, c'est pour
Prince
ça
of
que
the
je me
Holy
rappelle.
Kingdom of Fargus. Of course, at the Academy, I am simply a student. And I've heard word that you are to become a professor here. Delightful news. I still have much to learn, but I'm confident I could benefit greatly from your guidance. In any case, welcome to the monastery. I hear you're investigating the different houses here. Did any of the blue lions catch your attention?
Ouais, oui.
Me? Oh, please.
En vrai, il a
forgive
vraiment
me.
une coupe de merde là,
It's
je trouve.
difficult to open up on the spot, don't you think? I'm afraid my story has not been a pleasant one. I do hope that doesn't color your view of me.
Pourquoi tu
but
peux
I
pas Queening?
understand
Bah
that
parce qu'il
can't
est
be
pas
helped.
sur Switch. Dedu.
Dedu was
En
born
vrai, il
in
a un peu une
Dusker
coupe nulle aussi,
and
je
has been
trouve.
loyally working in my service for the past 4 years. He's rather taciturn, but once you get to know him, you'll see he's a kind and good-natured young man. Felix is the heir to House Fraldarius. He has a bit of a sharp tongue, but don't let that fool you. Deep down, he's a good guy. He gravitates toward people who are skilled. Perhaps you would enjoy a friendly competition with him sometime.
Le taxi va exploser, ouais, je pense. Hein.
He's the adoptive son of Lord Lenato of Castle Gaspar, but I hear he was born a commoner. He has an extremely earnest personality, so I'm certain he will approach your lectures with great enthusiasm.
Il a une gueule bizarre un peu, je trouve.
Sylvain is the heir to House
Il a un fou
Gautier.
de zinzin.
He is a capable person who highly values his friends. That said, well, he's always been a bit of a skirt chaser, so to speak.
C'est pas grave, c'est pas un défaut ça.
I speak with him about it often, but it doesn't seem to help.
C'est pas grave.
I hear she was born to imperial nobility, but a twist of fate brought her to the kingdom. She may seem carefree on the surface, but she's actually a
Ouais,
kind
bon,
soul
c'est...
who pays careful
De toute façon,
attention to
blonde aux yeux
everyone
bleus,
around.
là, qui est full magie, enfin... Là, c'est bon, hein, y a pas plus classique. Moi, je recherche de la diversité un peu, là.
She is a talented student who scored extremely high marks at the Royal School of Sorcery. She's cheerful and hardworking, brilliant, really.
Je recherche des...
Though she can be a bit oblivious.
Pas des
at
enfants,
times.
aussi, d'ailleurs.
I hear she caused an explosion in the kitchen last night.
Elle a l'air un peu conne, d'ailleurs. Bon...
Ingrid is
C'est juste, elle est
Count
raciste, ça me fait rire.
She is also a childhood friend of Felix, Sylvain, and myself.
Ah ouais?
She is diligent, industrious, and principled. In truth, she is more knightly than most knights you will ever meet.
What? I don't talk to strangers.
Bernadetta, this is no stranger. Our house leader owes this person a great debt. Is that not right? I am Ferdinand von Eyre, legitimate son of the Eyre family, the Empire's foremost house. Are you going to join our class? I look forward to getting better acquainted with you.
I am Hubert, a humble servant of
Okay,
Lady
Serpentard.
Edelgard. I heard you came to the aid of Her Highness. You have my most sincere thanks. This is Petra. She has come all the way from Brigid to study in the Empire. Back on her archipelago, she is actually a princess. In Fodlan terms, she would be called heir to the throne.
Hello, I am called Petra. I am pleased to be meeting with... I am pleased to have met you.
Ok.
Is it true that you saved
Oh,
Edelgard?
les
That's
deux...
incredible. The name's Caspar, by the
Oh.
way. Pleased to meet you.
Linhard, goodbye.
Ah, ok, d'accord.
Sheesh, Linhard. How'd you get into the academy
Ok,
with those
ok, si c'est
manners?
rigolo.
So, are you a student here too? Maybe we'll be in the same class.
Well, aren't you just lovely? Is this your first time in the monastery? Shall I show you around? Oh, my name is Dorothea. Before I joined the academy, I was a member of an opera company in the Empire. You should hear
Le
me sing
portrait, là.
sometime.
What do you want?
Bah, y a rien,
I
Vega.
am Yuritsa. I teach here. Weapon instruction. These are the training grounds.
Pourquoi y a Vega sur mon écran, là? Pourquoi y a Vega sur mon écran? Oh!
Oh, Professor! Dropping by so soon? I expected we'd take some time,
Oh,
exchange a
elle a
few
la-
smiles
ok,
as we
elle a-
passed
elle
in
a-
the
elle a la
hall,
dalle, ok.
flirt a bit, you know. Well, you're here now, and I do like a man who knows what he wants.
Ah, déjà?
Lock the door. Huh. That welcome didn't faze you at all, did it? What's the matter? Don't you like me? Or Are you just so innocent you don't understand me?
Ah ouais. Ah ouais. Je m'attendais pas à ça, mais... Ouais, son maquillage.
How are you enjoying your time at the academy thus far? I hope you have found our halls brimming with the vitality of well-intentioned souls.
I suppose it is time for you to take charge of one of our three houses of
pour
students.
découvrir un peu les persos,
I must note that
savoir
I'm
si
personally
t'intéresse.
against entrusting someone as lacking in trackable history as yourself with such a task. But it is as the Archbishop desires.
The black eagles, the blue lions, and the golden deer. All so different. I hope you've made it a point to get to know each of them.
Since you are new here, we have decided
Mais il y a
to
du
allow
flow,
you
je trouve,
first.
Aneman.
Manuela and I will take charge of the remaining 2 houses.
Et pourquoi il me laisse le choix? Excusez-moi, mais... Pourquoi il me laisse le choix? Je veux dire, je suis nouveau, j'ai pas d'expérience. Enfin, bah, je sers à rien, enfin, je sais pas. Pourquoi c'est moi qui ai le choix? En plus, ils me connaissent pas, les mecs? Peut-être qu'il y a certains qui ont leurs affinités, peut-être. Imagine. Non, pas parler de Manuela, non. Non, j'allais dire. Non, j'allais dire. Non, vaut mieux pas. Non, mais voilà quoi, enfin, c'est. Non, c'est juste un bon boug et l'autre elle veut te bouffer. Savoir quelle maison sera doomed. En vrai, tu vois, quand je regarde tous les portraits, là, il n'y a pas grand chose qui me parle, à part Dorothea, mais c'est pour d'autres raisons. Là, il y en a trop plein qui me parlent, à peu près tout le monde en vrai. Là, il y a... Il y a Marianne. Marianne et Raphaël sont rigolos de faciès, genre. Mais il y en a qui me repoussent par contre, notamment les deux d'en dessous. Donc en vrai de vrai, dans tous les cas, de toute façon, moi je vous dis, j'aime bien les cache-œils.
So you have chosen the Blue Lions led by Dimitri, correct?
C'est con que le seul que j'aime pas là actuellement, hein, bien sûr, hein, y a les cassos dans les jaunes, c'est pour ça que c'est meilleur, un peu ouais. Mais genre, le seul que j'aime pas vraiment de faciès, c'est Dimitri, genre. Je ferai peut-être.
Your heart has made its choice then. All I ask is that you
Non,
guide
j'ai pas
these
promis.
open minds with virtue,
J'ai
care,
pas
and
promis, arrête.
sincerity.
They are all promising youths who bear the weight of Fodlan's future upon their shoulders. I hope you appreciate
Tous des
what an
menteurs,
honor it
je
is
suis
to
qu'un
lead
homme.
them.
Brother? Oh, I am so sincerely sorry. I did not mean to interrupt.
I'm in the middle of something, Flame. Is it urgent?
No, it's nothing. More importantly, who is this?
Si, c'est une
This
réunion quand
is our
même.
newest professor at the academy.
Oh my! A new addition to the Officers' Academy. I am so very pleased to meet you, Professor. I am Sedith's little sister, Flame. I am so happy to make your acquaintance.
Let us focus on the topic.
Bah oui, c'était juste. Ah merde, on a oublié de l'introduire. Bah tiens.
In a few days' time, there will be a mock battle between the three houses, intended to gauge the current progress of the students. We will be using this battle as an opportunity to ascertain your own abilities as well. Please do not disappoint the Archbishop. That is all.
Mais ça donne meilleure classe. Wow.
Wait, does this mean our new professor is... No, I really can't believe it! But I was speaking to you so casually, as though we were companions. Oh, I am so sorry, Professor. You just look the same age as the rest of us, and... Oh, and I'm sorry I just said that too.
Attends.
I really must watch my tongue.
Non, moi j'aurais bien aimé la verbaliser pour commencer. Mais bon, tant pis.
You say that, but I just don't know about all of this.
I'll admit, it doesn't sit well with me either.
T'es plus jeune que
After
quoi?
all, we wish to show you due respect.
Comment ça, mon ref?
Sure, but if the professor says it's okay, shouldn't that be enough?
Oh, il a un fou de
That
100
is,
ans!
if your highness can consent to such a thing. After all, we're already speaking this way to our future king, so we may as well relax our speech with our professor too, right?
Well, we're not in the kingdom, so it only goes to follow that we should all speak companionably. I concede. If the professor says it's fine, we ought to accept that kindness gratefully.
As for me, I'm not sure I can manage.
J'aime bien sa voix,
You don't
Ingrid.
have to force yourself if it's too difficult. You're fine with that too, right, Professor?
Having heard of your skills, I'm eager to meet you in battle. Come to the training ground later. There, you will show me what you're capable of.
You aren't wasting any time, are you, Felix? As it were, count me in for any such battle.
Pardon me, but I would also love to observe you in battle for future reference, if that's okay with you.
Ash, I won't have you speak of merely watching. You should join us as well.
If you get injured, simply say
Je crois que
the
c'est
word
une
and I'll patch you
présentation,
up straight away.
mais
Your Highness,
je suis pas sûr.
Do take care not to go overboard.
Je suis pas certain, mais je crois qu'ils sont en train de présenter de la classe là.
I'll be fine, I promise.
My
Et j'aime bien
companions,
comment ils le font.
is there not something inherently wrong with crossing blades as a way to bond with each other?
Huh. I never thought of it that way. Well, if that's how you feel, I suppose you'll just stay behind while the rest of us are at the training ground?
Ingrid, my dearest friend, you really are too harsh on me.
Well then, Professor, what do you think? As you can see, the Blue Lion House is a lively bunch, but you'll find none who work harder. I'm certain we'll cause our fair share of trouble. I'm very much looking forward to the year ahead.
Say, while you're here, I'd like to use this device I designed to
22 au
determine whether
début.
the power of a crest resides within you.
27 à la fin.
Won't hurt a bit. Promise. You don't know about crests?
Ah, il y a 5 ans
Well,
qui se passent.
allow me to tell you everything, absolutely everything about them. Is your calendar clear? This will take a while. Crests are a fascinating topic, but before one can dive deeply into said topic, one must first understand what crests are. They are power incarnate. They are said to have been bestowed upon humans by the goddess countless ages ago. They exist within the flesh and are passed down through bloodlines. Those who carry crests may excel at magic, display exceptional strength, or any number of boons. Each crest has its own power, the nature of which is beyond mortal understanding. For now.
Moi je l'ai vu, hein, le petit emblème.
But we won't know for sure unless I look into the
Moi je l'ai vu.
As I said, crests are passed down through the blood. However, just because someone carries a crest does not necessarily mean their descendants will inherit it as well. Only a scarce few descendants of a crest's bloodline end up inheriting that crest's power. Perhaps one of your ancestors bore a crest, and you just happen to inherit it. That is how a crest usually presents itself, after all.
Ouais.
Yes,
Moi, je veux
of
savoir.
course. I'll get to the bottom of it straight away. Now then, please go ahead and hold out your arm over this device here.
Okay.
What is this?
Je sais pas.
A pattern I've never seen before. Is it possible an as yet undiscovered crest has been detected? To think there are still crests out there that even I am unaware of. How thrilling! Ahem. Pardon my unrestrained jubilation. I have much to consider. You may leave now. I have more research to do in regard to this crest. Yes, so very much more.
En gros, c'était un dialogue pour dire d'où spécial.
What could this line here be indicating? Perhaps it represents a lack of symmetry. Or perhaps... What in the world? Oh, I see.
Je veux dire, c'est un gros nerd aussi.
That, but to a greater degree than usual.
Très bien. Chapitre 1. Les 3 maisons.
Ah, it's finally time for the mock battle. I'm eager to put my skills to use. And you, Professor?
Ouais.
Excellent. I have high expectations for your command. That said, I've no doubt it will take everything we've got to pull a victory. Our opponents are mighty, that much is certain, but I'm positive we can win.
Hey there, did we miss our invite to this strategy meeting? No, no worries, we'll just join in now.
Nice try, Claude. But I do not intend to let slip our strategies.
Oh, ma stratégie, ça va pas être compliqué, hein. Attends un peu.
Well now,
Plus fort.
kind words from His Kingliness. If that's the case, we'd better come up with some clever schemes so as not to disappoint. Right, Princess?
Right. No matter the tactics you devise, we will destroy you.
Oh.
The best you can hope for is to learn a thing or two.
There's nothing wrong with a friendly rivalry, but let's not get carried away. A rash attitude could be your undoing after all.
Perhaps your time would be better spent preparing instead of worrying about the competition's mindset.
Hey now, if you two were getting this fired up before the battle even starts, it'll make it that much easier for my class to sweep up a win. So please, carry on.
A good point, Claude. I apologize, that wasn't my intention. At any rate, let's vow to make this a productive battle, shall we?
D'accord. Oh.
Oh? In that case, I won't hold back.
Je vais la focus.
Oh, how precious. Looks like you and the students have become fast friends.
While I am pleased that you are taking the initiative to acquaint yourself with the students, I'm afraid it's about time for the faculty strategy meeting.
Ah, how time flies. In that case, I'll see you later.
I look forward to assessing your abilities. I hope you don't disappoint.
Mais de toute façon, on peut avoir tout le monde, non, dans tous les cas. Déployer 5 sur 5. Ah non, 5 sur 5, on peut choisir. Ça va dégager, hein. Comment je fais pour je fais comme ça, tac, tac, déjà. Est-ce qu'on garde Mercedes? C'est du soin. Casser la gueule. On va lui casser la gueule, tu connais. Décimer l'ennemi. Ok.
It's about time for the battle to begin. Our victory depends on your leadership.
Alors, vu qu'on peut farmer, apparemment, franchement, voilà, on va y aller au pif un petit peu, enfin entre guillemets.
I'm sure you already understand, but the house that defeats the other two is declared the winner. Incidentally, I'll be overseeing this mock battle, so listen well if you want to win.
Ah, ok.
None of your shallow tactics are required, Claude. Ignatz and I will dismantle the opposition.
Ouais, si tu veux.
Me? But I'm not ready.
Are you making light of our new professor? If you drop your guard, you're gonna get hurt.
Dorothea, will you head toward the front lines? I wish to draw the enemy toward us.
You got it, Adie. Leave it to me.
Eddie.
Ferdinand, Hubert, if the enemy comes, stop them.
Leave it to us.
Ils vont pas bouger.
Do this on my own.
Clearly not, or Her Highness would not ask me to watch your back.
Ok, ça avance, c'est bien. Là, ça fait la bagarre, logique. On esquive, voilà. Et ben voilà, là on fait la bagarre. Presque. Voilà. Prends un peu d'XP, hein. De toute façon, je pense pas qu'il y a beaucoup d'XP, donc attaque. Voilà. Vas-y. On joue un peu au pif pour l'instant, de toute façon, j'ai pas de stratégie, hein, je découvre. Je veux que c'est Zobillette qui a XP. Voilà.
I've lost? Oh, unthinkable.
T'es trop moche.
Each battle a chance to grow.
Eh?
I'm not setting a very good example.
Jury parle. Eh, je connais, hein.
Well done, Teach. I may have to take this seriously after all.
Ah, d'accord, c'est suivant. Ok. Et machin, il va où? Ah, vous voulez me le baiser? J'ai compris. Bon. Bah, on va se défendre. Hein. Bah, qui prend l'XP sur Dorothea? Tiens, Félix. J'ai envie. Vas-y, mon gars, Félix. Ah, quoique. En vrai. Bon,
My. The new professor seems very capable.
Ok. On va faire la bagarre, hein. Il peut pas répondre au corps à corps, si? Il peut répondre au corps à corps. Non, il peut pas, on est d'accord. Il peut pas. Hop. Merde. Hop. Ah, je la file.
The new professor is quite a commander.
Ok.
Should I have held back?
Ah, je peux rien. Ok.
I owe you one. Well, we're surrounded. All we can do is fight back with all our might.
Ah.
Coming up with brilliant schemes I can handle, no problem. But I'm not much for fighting. Go easy on me.
Ah là, il bouge des bush aussi. Ça me, je préfère.
You know there was a joke, right? Jeez, not so much as a smile.
Voilà, y'a pas de soucis. Tout va bien. Ah, elle a une hachette. C'est pour ça qu'elle est là. Ok. Bon. Dimitri qui va y aller. Lui, il a pas encore combattu. Tac. Et c'est My Man Félix qui va en finir avec Hilda. Oh, pas de... Il outspeed.
Was that really necessary?
Il outspeed.
Another way.
Non mais du coup ça veut dire que là du coup... Ah mais il peut y aller, il peut l'avoir Claude du coup. C'est stylé.
I owe you one.
L'avoir. Ah bah oui. Hop. Ok.
Guess I've...
Ah, bon bah guess ça rien du tout.
I hate losing. I guess I'll just have to settle for cheering the others on.
C'est pas mal ça, c'est quand même plus sympa que le truc qui coule. Oh je l'ai raté, il a raté.
Let this be a lesson.
Critique?
My goodness. The leadership of someone with actual battle experience is, well, I was as good as useless.
As expected.
Non, ça me va.
Such power dwells within.
Ça me va.
Hey, you didn't compliment me like that when my class won last year.
Flawless tactics, Professor. Our only choice in this situation is a head-on attack.
Ah, il commence à attaquer là. Il attaque. Ah, mais tu te mets à côté d'un buisson. Mais tu t'es mis à côté d'un buisson. Voilà. Aïe. Hubert là. Avance mon con, avance. Oh, il va faire mal, hein. Oh, il fait mal, hein.
The new professor is rather strong. I suppose I'll have to call it a day.
Who's next?
Who's next? Ok. Merde, j'ai... Merde, je voulais pas appuyer comme ça. Je voulais voir encore des choses. Et filer l'XP à Félix. Bah j'ai un peu le démon là actuellement, mais bon, bah tant pis. Mais Félix fera la bagarre.
I'm the son of House Ire. How did I fail? I must need to train harder.
Ouais.
That is that.
There can be no victory unless I defeat you. So be it.
Ouais, pas de soucis. Hein. Ouais, fait mal, hein. Ok. Ah, maintenant, vu que j'attaque en premier, elle meurt. Voilà. Prenne un petit peu d'XP là. Quand même. Oh, le level de zinzin. Oh, le bon level. Et salut, Feiyu, ça va bien?
Well, things will only get tougher from here on out.
Bon, vas-y. Oh, l'emblème. Voilà, hop. C'est le principal. Ouais, ouais, ça va. J'aime bien.
You're weak.
Ah ouais, plus 0. Ah, mon bon level.
Not good enough.
Bah ouais, c'est insuffisant.
All right, that's that. The winner of this mock battle
Okay.
is the Blue Lion House.
Ça va. Bah, c'était cool.
This victory is the result of everyone's hard work. Thank you, my friends. You did well.
En toute camaraderie. Ah, Félix qui a fait du bon boulot.
Professor, I've been looking for you. I was hoping we could all share a meal together.
Oh,
it could serve as both the victory celebration and a post-battle analysis. What do you think? Of course. Why wouldn't you be?
Toujours bon. Ouais, franchement, j'aime bien là. Genre, tu vois, il y a jamais de trucs, jamais des trucs comme ça dans les autres FE. Avec des unités anciennes, genre.
Yes. Compared with that boar who knows nothing save frontal attacks, your tactics were nearly decent.
Felix, you really ought to stop picking fights with His Highness.
Don't worry, Ingrid. I encourage all to speak freely.
Par contre là actuellement mes persos je les aime bien visuellement, mais j'avoue que gameplay je veux bien rajouter Annette et H. Hein. J'aime bien la distance moi. J'aime trop taper de loin moi, ça me soucie un jour. Moi je veux un archer, un mage noir bien vénère dans mes unités de base genre. Qui sont tout le temps là. Après au début je sais que tu peux mettre que pas beaucoup d'unités et plus t'en mets 10, 15, 20. Ça dépend des maps.
Well, I understand.
Par contre ça fait pas mal de temps là qu'ils nous disent que putain mais tu es nul là.
I know we only just met, so this may be difficult for you, but I'd love nothing more than to share our happiness with you. Joy can be so fleeting.
Il est vide.
We're all in this together, so I hope you will consent. I'm sure the rest of the class feels the very same. Well, come along, Professor. Let's enjoy the fruits of our labor.
Est-ce qu'il y a par hasard mon animé préféré?
Your work with the students was remarkable. I can see Geralt trained you well. I do hope you were able to use the occasion to bond with the students. I'm so happy to hear it. Nothing would please me more than if you used this coming year to grow closer still.
Of course, the mock battle was mere practice. The real fight is the battle of the Eagle and Lion, which will take place during the Wyvern Moon.
Ah ouais?
You are expected to properly train your students so as not to humiliate the Academy during the long-held tradition that is the coming battle.
As for today, I have called you here to tell you of your mission for the month ahead. Your class is to dispose of some bandits causing trouble nearby.
Those affiliated with Garrigmach Monastery have a moral obligation to help those in need, regardless of social standing. Students are no exception. Each month before the newly birthed moon departs, each house of students must complete their assigned mission. You shall work to complete the task at hand alongside your students and report back to the Archbishop before the deadline. Understood? I will soon provide you with the necessary details for your first mission. If I told you now, I expect you would only forget, and I despise repeating myself.
I can sense something special within your heart. I have high hopes for you.
Bandits, they say.
Oh, elle est de retour.
Do you recall when we first met? You shall not fall so shamelessly again, correct? Have you no words for me? Do not tell me that you are shocked to hear from me. You ought to know that I am always with you now.
Super.
My voice should not come as a shock.
Je comprends pas.
Whatever shall I do with you? I am alive within the confines of your heart. I am unknown to all but you, but through your eyes and ears, I see and hear. Just listen to your heart, as you are doing now, and we may speak like this. That is all that I know.
Okay.
What is this nonsense? All I was told was to kill as many noble pipsqueaks as possible. No one said anything about the Knights of Damned Saros being on our trail.
You have proven yourself worthless, distracted by something so trivial. I had hoped you would achieve your goal despite the setback. But now a child of the Knight's former captain is in play. How interesting.
Hey, this isn't what I agreed to!
Hiring a mercenary as a professor. What was that woman thinking?
Are you listening to me? How do we finish this?
Je préfère le Black Knight.
You die.
What?
Underestimating the Knights was an amateur mistake. One you will pay for. The road to
Un
eternal
méchant.
torment awaits you all. Now I must locate your replacements.
Wait! Get back here! Damn you!
Oh bah, en vrai de vrai, il a un petit flow, mais c'est bizarre, genre.